Paul Pierce, speaking of Paul Pierce on a roll this week. He said money in business is ruining the real love and competitiveness of the game of basketball on all levels. And this is Gilbert Arenas, Gil's Arena. The guys talk about it. They break down and debate whether that's true or not, whether money in business ruin the NBA.
It's been running it, so it's been running it.
Okay.
Money in business has been running all of it. It's just more visible now. It's in everybody's face. Ruining it. Why did I go cap, I guess?
So we got a cap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cap.
It's been there for a long time.
I mean,
Yeah, it's been prevalent since
cap. I mean, as
far as I can remember.
It's cap like a motherfucker.
Like
It's cap.
Why do you feel that way, Brendan?
I mean, just like you said, just because we were able to. I mean, you just wasn't able to see it like that back then. But now it's so visible. Everybody thinks everything is rigged or all this stuff. I mean, probably is still rigged, but the money with basketball, that's everything. I mean, that's the reason why we play basketball. Like, I mean, to get out the hood. Like, we usually come from the hood.
I went to ABCD in fucking 1995.
You can see the influence of money in business at that game. Automatically.
Every rule that's been changed for money.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, think about as I said, we say it, but then we don't equate it to anything. Jordan was the money. What was Pistons doing?
Fucking up the money.
Fucking them up the money.
Fucking up the money.
Wow, shit. This is the dude that's saving the NBA from going under. No more hitting them. Changing the rules. Hey, all those people you got. Did you notice all the people that was on that team end up being on Michael Jordan's team? Right? So you're fucking the money up, and we need to make some rules for it. Right? We need to create a way to make all offense, right? 94-95 is 24 feet from the three-point line. Jordan retires, they freak out. Let's push the free throw line. Let's put the three-point line back from 24 to 22. Make it all even, right? That's the business of basketball, right? Went from NBC to CBS. That's money. It's all been ran by money. That's how you fucking got your paycheck, right? We can't just, like, how we're looking at 300 million motherfuckers who, Charles Barkley made what, a whole 84,000 or whatever he made that first year? Yeah. What do you think he's looking at when we was getting money? Right? It's all his 84,000 before him. They were like, 84,000. If you gave me 84,000, I would have dropped these 3 jobs I had. Shit. You know what I mean? So every era has the same complaint about the era in front of them because everything is moving along. So, now it's just in our face. Yes, they don't play as hard in the All-Star game. Cool, but are they doing that in regular season? Like when they're playing in regular season, I mean, are they not taking the game itself when they're out there serious?
I mean, he goes on. But that's Gilbert Arenas. Shout out to Gilbert Arenas in the Gil's Arena show. They basically Paul Pierce put out a statement saying money in business is ruining basketball on all levels. And Gilbert Arenas, they speak to the competitiveness of it, the players' competitive side. And all his points that he made are just, they validate what Paul Pierce said. Like, to say that the Pistons were ruining the business of Michael Jordan, and so they started changing the rules up to make it easier for Jordan. They once Jordan left, they shortened the 3-point line to make it. All these things that they did, that's the business side. It does kind of ruin it ruined the competitiveness of it. I always go and say that it all started with Michael Jordan. Everything you see LeBron James doing right now, Mike did it first with the way he controls the media and everything like that. But for him to say that the owners, that the All-Star game, they weren't competitive, do they do that in the regular season? What is load management? What is he talking about? Like, I think he was trying to, like, just like JJ Redick, sometimes you get caught, and I'm guilty of it. Sometimes you get caught up in your point so much while you're talking that you kind of lose the fact that you're not really making the point that you want to make. You're going against your own point. There's no way you can say that the players are more competitive or anywhere near as competitive as they were 30 years ago, 40 years ago when they made less money. That's just a fact. There's no money on the table, and you have people, a group of people who are playing for whatever amount of money that is. It's not a lot, and they do nothing else in their life, or they have 2 other jobs like Gilbert Arenas just said. You think they're not going to be competitive? It's only natural too.
But I hear what you're saying, and I disagree with what everybody's saying. I think what's ruining the game is the players. Kevin Garnett made a lot of money in his career. He never shortchanged the game. He played at a high level every night. As much money as Michael Jordan made, whether it was on the court or off the court, he gave you 110% every night. These guys, that's on them. The owners, the GM can't, the worst. What's Adam Silver?
Commissioner.
Exactly. The worst commissioner in sports. I've been saying it. Big shout out to Flea. He hate when I say that, but then they just had a segment on one of these networks talking about that. I think it was Rob Parker and them. Big shout out to them, the Odd Couple. Listen, man, if you love something, if you have the passion for it, no matter how much money you're going to get paid, you're going to give 110%. You can sign for $500 million. That should not make you not want to play hard and compete. These guys found a loophole in the system. We don't have to have an excuse to not play hard. It's just that simple. It's not the GM fault that these guys is doing load management. It's not the GM fault that they scoring 140-something points a game now. It's not the GM fault that these guys literally go to All-Star Weekend and then just walk around and do nothing. Bruh, it's fans out here that love this game, that argue and fight over this game. And you guys is on the court not giving 110%. That's just Russell Westbrook made a ton of money, gives 110%. You got to have it here. Here. You got to want to compete. That's what excuse my language. That's what messes the game up. We watch the game every night. You telling me you beat me by 30? I'm not giving you no 5 after the game. I'm not switching jerseys with you. I'm not smiling on the sideline. Bruh, these guys don't care. And the commissioner makes it easier for them to not care. There's no rules. These guys is not playing hurt. They not going to play injured. Fine, so be it. But then don't get mad when there's criticism. Gilbert can say what they want. I know they played and all this and all that. Bro, right now it's no competition at all. At all. You can miss me with at all. When teams are scoring 140 points, when it's literally no defense, literally none. Nah, man, that's the players, man. That's the players, man. They don't care about the game. People make fun about the older generation. Them dudes gave their heart to the game. Larry Bird said it best. I was paid to win games. I gave it my all. Every time I stepped on that court. Kobe beat Bryant, rest his soul. Made a lot of money. Gave 110% every night. Every night. So don't tell me because guys is making all this money, that's the reason why they not playing. No. A lot of guys made a lot of money. And they still gave 110%. To me, this is all on the players. I'm not blaming nobody else. I watch these guys on the court. In some games, you can't even watch it. You can't even watch it because it's literally like, I'll let you go, then you go. I'll let you go, then you go. Guys are scoring 70. They just had a topic. Do you think somebody's going to ever score 100? Huh? So you telling me being a defensive guy, I'm going to allow that? Where's the respect for yourself? That somebody can score 70 plus. It ain't like they on fire like what Clay did. But listen, it's the players, man. Once again, I don't knock nobody for finding a glitch in the system and taking advantage of it. But they taking so much advantage of it now that it's like they just throwing it in your face. You telling me I'm gonna give you $400 million? That doesn't guarantee nothing. Not a chip, MVP. Jalen Brown got $300 million. He's not even in the MVP conversation. He ain't in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. He ain't got no scoring title. None of that. When he made an All-Star, people said, "Why is he an All-Star?" Are you kidding? So we rewarding guys for what? They not even laying it all on the line. Nah, get out of here, man. That shit is the players, bro. It's the players.
Let me play this part real quick.
And competitive, right? I always ask this question. When you was coming into the draft, who you work out against? Everybody. Right? I'm looking at the 98-90 draft. I'm telling hey, you asked, Paul, did you play against the Whiskey? Did you go against Bonsley? Did you go against Vince Carter, Antoine Jamerson? When you was coming to the draft, were you going against these dudes? Or was everyone just dodging smoke to protect a rank, right? Because if you're going to say, I didn't work out against those guys, well, then y'all can't say y'all was competitive then, right? You can't, right? Because at the end of the day, there's still I'm the number 1 pick. I'm the number 5 pick. I got to make sure I get this stapled first. Once I get it stapled, let's move. Other than that, the number 1 pick he ain't risking his number 1 pick to work out with a dude who's supposed to be 5. Ain't no benefit. I'm the number 1 pick with him working out with the number 5 for. Anything that can happen, all he can do is move down.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't tell me you can't. Shout out to Fish. He's in the building.
What up, Fish?
If you give most athletes an out, they'll take it. Bro, if you give most human beings an out, they're gonna take it.
That's
it's a scam, but it's a scam, but the athletes didn't create the scam. It just happened to be there. It's not just the money, it's the fact that from the top down, okay, you got Kevin Garnett making that much money. Now remember, he has a boatload of money. They see what's going on when you are that star level. You go out and you're like a Hollywood star. Like basketball players became Hollywood stars after Bird, Magic, and Mike. That's what happened. They became TV stars, Hollywood stars, and they were living a life that we saw, Frank Sinatra and these dudes prior to that. And so in terms of just as a whole, as viewers. So by the time the 80s, 90s, and 2000s came around, come on, Iverson came out. He was a rock star because hip hop came out, and now he looks like Pac or Big. He looks like a new rapper. So they're enjoying this life that is off the court. But guess what? Everyone else is emulating it, just like on Instagram. Everyone's copying each other and emulating it because now you can afford to. They all got a bag now to copy the lifestyle, and they want the privileges that come with being the top guy. And the NBA is giving it to them because I'll go back to Steph Curry, sat down in a press conference, and he said, "Yo, you think I don't want to play? They're sitting me down. They're sitting me down. I'm competitive like that." He's another guy who's competitive in any era, right? Tim Duncan, all these guys. But if you give them an out, if you say, "Hey, you get the same money, but you'll be on the bench," it guarantees. See, it does two things. It guarantees you get paid. It shuts you up, and then now the owners are saying, now we could use Steph Curry's face for another 5 years instead of 5 less years because he's an injury-prone player. That's how they look at him, injury-prone. So let's prolong this, and we can use the side of your face. We can put your face on the side of the stadium on these tickets. When you go to the website to sell these tickets, you have Steph Curry on there. It's a lot easier to sell Golden State Warriors tickets with Steph Curry on the face of all that than when he compared to when he's not. That's the bottom line. It's him or LeBron, the biggest 2 stars in the league. And we're just using him as an example. Now to go what Gilbert Arenas just said, come on, man. That is the problem. From the AAU circuit, Nike and ABCD, whatever the hell that's called, you're telling me that the parents are taking money and the kids don't reclassify, like you guys are telling me. They won't reclassify and play the kids who are their age or older, which is what used to happen with Unlimited and stuff like that. Then no longer happens because if you're Nike, you're saying, yo, you can't lose your ranking because now we can't sell this camp. Now we can't attract the other guys. So you're teaching them from the ground, from babies. Nah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about playing number 5 guy. Do you know how ill it was to see Carmelo or hear Carmelo talk about playing LeBron, and they spoke for hours before they had to go head to head, and they went at it. They had like a legendary high school game. They look like babies. And you see I think LeBron's wearing a pair of Kobe's and Melo's wearing a pair of LeBron or Michael Jordan's, whatever it is, but it's still them competing against each other. That is like the last of that era. That should not be the case. And you always talk about this. Yo, when we were younger, it was if you were that nice, you played the older guys. And that is how I remember it. I remember all the guys that were nice my age, they were nice enough to go play the older dudes, full court, whatever it was. And I was like, damn, he's that good. And that's how you get better. Because I'll end it with this. There's no way Gilbert Arenas, he went from that point to saying that it doesn't ruin your competitiveness as a player because you're going to be good regardless. Bro, how the hell am I going to challenge myself if I know AllBall's better than me and I choose to not take that challenge? That is the definition of anti-competitive. I'm not taking the challenge. You know there's a challenge that exists, and you chose to go, I'm gonna play on all pro or easy instead of all Madden. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm gonna still get the bag. It's the same bag, but it's more pride if I go, I'm gonna beat the toughest competition out there. The pride is gone because they bought it out. So I don't know what Gilbert Arenas is talking about, to be honest.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the initial what Paul Pierce's quote, and I disagree. Of course, he's a player, so it's very hard, Paul, to put it on the players because you're a player. I give another example: Allen Iverson, boatload of money, laid it on the line every night. You can't name 10 players right now in the whole NBA that gives 100% every night. That's a problem.
I think you can. The top 10 MVP guys, those guys give it all.
I disagree.
NBA, Joker. Come on now.
Joker tell you he don't even care about the game.
I understand that. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that one in a second.
I'm joking
but Giannis is going all out. These guys are going out. Even Dame, for whatever he's going through this year, I still think he's going all out. Jalen Brunson.
I disagree. Listen, I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying we see what's going on with the game. We understand it's entertainment. We understand y'all want to score more and less defense, but it's literally no defense. It's literally none. Gilbert is about to get his 4th Defensive Player of the Year. For what? I'm not saying he's not a great defender, but who is he locking down? Where's the Ron Artest's at? Where's the Dennis Rodmans at? Where's the Bruce? Where's the guys that's going to take the initiative in the competition and go, I'm not letting you score 40 on me? Where? Bruh, these dudes make excuse after excuse, and I'm tired of because they played at that level. They think nobody can question them, and we can't. No, I watched the game. Y'all not playing hard. Listen. Clippers played yesterday, right?
Yeah,
No,
they lost.
Right? Who they lost to? Was it Sacramento?
Nah.
Who was it?
Not the that was OKC.
Last night? Well, whoever they lost to, it was a play where
Sacramento. Yep.
Right, Sacramento. It was a play where the ball was like at the foul line, like a scramble for it. Yo, Kawhi Leonard literally didn't even attempt to get the ball. Bro, I'm just watching like, yo, bro, they don't care. They don't care about being legendary. They don't care about being great. They don't care about their names being immortalized. They don't care. Just be honest. Yo, bro, we'll run a game like that. I'm getting $500 million, social media. But listen, social media messed the world up. I agree. But we have to take accountability. As much as they say Iverson drunk and hung out, that man gave 110% every night. As much as we want to make fun of Russell Westbrook, 110% every night. I see LeBron James come to the game with a glass of wine. What are we talking about? All that, the AAU and this, man, listen, where we come from, we playing against everybody. If I'm a number 1 and you're a number 5, I'm going to show you why I'm a number 1 and you're a number 5. That's the problem. We all think we're bigger than what we are. So when it starts in grade school and middle school and high school, y'all got these kids thinking something they ain't. How? If you love the game, you're going to play no matter what. Let me tell you what's the test to always see if somebody loves basketball. I don't care what you have on. You could be coming from a funeral. You could be at your wedding. If the ball roll on the floor and it's a rim, you're going to pick up the ball and take a shot. I've been to games where before the game, the layup line, some of the players not even laying the ball up. They sitting on the sideline with shades on, with headphones on like this, waiting for the game. Bro, what is... So, for me, the OGs, the Gilbert Arenas in them, they setting a bad precedent, bro. With the information and the knowledge that they have. But what they're saying, bro, they setting a bad example. Listen, I don't care how much money you got. When you got a passion and you love something, it's not going to change how you go about that. I'm sorry.